May we have the roll call, please?
Chair Macon,
Here.
Commissioner Beatty,
Present.
Commissioner Jabbar,
Present.
Commissioner Javed,
Here.
Commissioner Linton,
Here.
Commissioner Little,
Here.
Commissioner Mason is absent, Commissioner Sonier,
Here.
Commissioner Templeton is absent, alternate Commissioner Sinegar is absent, alternate Commissioner Sorrell.
Present.
Thank you.
Okay. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes of the last meeting? And is there a motion or discussion or corrections?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, minutes are approved. Okay, staff, we're going to start with PZ 2026-74.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Richard Bartz of Whiteley Infrastructure Group, on behalf of property owner Heath Luke, is requesting approval of a replat of Lot 2 and a part of Lot 3 into Lots 2A and 3A, Block 2, William Reppin Subdivision, Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas, containing approximately 15 acres. The property is located within the city's ETJ, and the intent of the plat is to divide the land to sell the southern tract. Staff recommends approval of the request. We did send 18 property owner notices, and we received 1 in favor and 0 in opposition. The area outlined in red is the area under review. This is a close-up. And this is the plat. And we do have the applicant present.
Okay. Did you say we have in favor and opposition?
0 in favor. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 in favor and 0 in opposition.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any questions of staff? All right. Is the applicant in the audience? Yes, sir. If you'll come forward and give us your name and address.
Good afternoon. My name is Tom Rowe with Whiteley Infrastructure Group, 655 Langham, Unit 14 here in Beaumont. It's pretty cut and dry. The gentleman that owns it has more land than he really wants to keep up with and has an opportunity to sell about 6 acres off the south side of his property. It's undeveloped. Everything is pretty clean, no real issues with the track.
Okay. Any questions of the applicant? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? None heard. Public hearing is now closed. Do we have a motion or discussion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve on PZ 2026-74. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any in opposition? Okay, that carries. Thank you. Okay. Demi 2026-81, please.
Tabitha Haygood of Fitz and Shipman, on behalf of property owner Michael Doge, is requesting approval of a replat of Lot 1, Block 7 into Lot 1A, Block 7, Pine Island Estates, Phase 3A, Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas, containing approximately 4 acres. This property is located within the city's ETJ, and the intent of the plat is to increase the size of Lot 1 by obtaining acreage from the undivided tract to the south. Staff recommends approval of the request. We sent 6 property owner notices. We received 1 in favor and 0 in opposition. The area on the screen outlined in red is the area under review. Aerial image. And the plat. Again, this is to increase the lot size.
Okay, any questions of staff? Okay, is the applicant in the audience? Yes, sir. If you'll come forward and give us your name and address.
Yes, Mike Doge, address 2055 Diamond D Drive, Beaumont, Texas.
Is there any additional information you'd like to add, Mr. Doge?
No, ma'am. We just had a buyer that was interested in that one lot and wanted to add to it and make it a larger lot. So we got it surveyed out and replat. We're hoping to be able to replat it.
Okay, any questions of the applicant? Thank you, sir.
Right.
Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? None heard. Public hearing is now closed. Do we have a motion or discussion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any in opposition? No. Motion carries. Okay. Demi filed PZ 2026-82.
Tabitha Haygood of Fitz and Shipman, on behalf of property owner Melanie Moy Como, is requesting approval of a replat of Lot 1 into lots 1A and 1B, Sarah Street Addition, Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas, containing approximately 3 acres. The intent of the replat is to divide one lot into two. Staff recommends approval of the request with the following condition. Construction plans must meet all requirements by water utilities for any water and sanitary sewer improvements, including any requirements of the city's backflow pretreatment and/or fog program. We sent 17 property owner notices, and we received 0 in favor and 0 in opposition. The area outlined in red is the area under review. Aerial image and the plat.
Okay, any questions to staff? Thank you, Demi. Is the applicant in the audience? Yes, if you'll come forward and give us your name and address, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Melanie Como. My address is 7775 Devonshire Drive here in Beaumont, 77713.
Okay, Ms. Como, is there any additional information you'd like to add?
No, we just want to build a home on the site where the business will be
Okay,
right there.
any questions of the applicant? Thank you. Is there anyone who'd like to speak in favor or in opposition? None heard. Public hearing is now closed. Do we have a motion or discussion?
Motion to approve with the one condition?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a second with the one condition. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any in opposition? No? Okay, motion carries. Okay, staff report for file PZ 2026-95.
Tabitha Haygood of Fitz and Shipman, on behalf of property owner Kevin Kublaw, is requesting approval of a replat of a portion of Lot 4 and all of Lot 5 into lots 4A, 5A, and 5B, Block 2, Willow Creek Commercial Park, Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas, containing approximately 3 acres. The intent of the plat is to divide 2 lots into 3. It should be noted that the property is within the special flood hazard area, and any construction will need to be in strict compliance with the city's adopted flood damage and prevention ordinances. Staff recommends approval of the request. We sent 13 property owner notices and received 0 in favor and 0 in opposition. The area in red is the area under review. Aerial image and the plat.
Okay, thank you, Demi. Any questions of staff?
Is that a condition or is that just a note?
It's just a note, but it would be any kind of development or building up will require compliance with the flood prevention ordinance.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions of staff? Okay, is the applicant in the audience? No? Okay. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition of this? None heard. Public hearing is now closed. Do we have a motion or discussion?
A motion to approve?
We have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any in opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, we have to wait until 3:15 to start the joint meeting with the city council, so it'll be a few minutes. Thank you.
It's clearing land, do you? Have anybody? Land away.
Afternoon. While we wait, anyone who came in after the start of the meeting, if you anticipate speaking, if you could please fill out a blue slip at the back of the room. They're on the table over there. I'll meet you over there to collect them. Thank you. The address and then the item number over here that I'll be filling in.
Sounds good. Oh, boy. Amazed me.
Wait for another.
Do that. Oh, you do. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're expecting one more city council. Sorry, we're expecting another city council member in a few minutes, so this joint meeting will be a few minutes late.
I saw you was taking. One about you. Yeah, we were there, but then we had the place and Maria came and she recorded the rest. Oh, okay.
You should tell me about it. Your son is a.
Yes. And I so, you know,
There you go.
down the
That's right. That's right.
his daughter called him. Kids come from and was in a, looked like I don't know, makeup or beard. There was an older kid, gentleman on. Teacher. Right, right. Oh, he's a teacher. Ah, okay.
This ridiculous.
They done a good job in small school like that. Thing to learn from the kids.
He was up there with the sewing kit. The thing that was bad was every Saturday. I don't know if it was the school. So four,
Get it over.
I only see three. There's one over there.
Ask me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to begin the joint meeting with the Planning Commission and City Council. Mayor?
May we have a roll call, please?
Mayor West,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Turner,
Present.
Councilmember Crenshaw is absent, Councilmember Durio,
Here.
Councilmember Hilliard, Councilmember Sherwood is absent, Councilmember Williams is absent. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. This is the council and the planning commission will make a recommendation to the city council. Heard on the next for a decision. There will be no public hearing at that city council meeting because today is the only public hearing. With that, thank you all for coming, and if I turn it back over to
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. That works too. Okay, staff, PZ 2026-30, please.
Good afternoon, Council. The 89th Texas Legislature enacted House Bill Number 24 and took effect on September 1, 2025. This bill amends Chapter 211 of the Texas Local Government Code and modifies procedures related to protests against zoning changes, which we commonly refer to as rezonings. Previously, when at least 20% of property owners with land adjacent to and within 200 feet from the proposed rezoning file opposition to a request, the City Council was required to secure a supermajority vote in order to approve the rezoning rather than a simple majority. Under House Bill Number 24, new provisions apply to municipalities for certain rezonings that increase residential development opportunities. In such cases, a protest must now be filed by 60% or more of the property owners with the land adjacent to and within 200 feet from the proposed rezoning to constitute as a protest. Nevertheless, the City Council must approve these requests with a simple majority vote, provided the proposal is primarily residential and does not substantially expand commercial or industrial uses. Any new commercial or industrial space is restricted to the first floor and cannot comprise more than 35% of the overall project. To ensure compliance with the new state requirements, staff recommends approval of the proposed amendments to Section 28.02.008 subsection D of the city's City of Beaumont's Code of Ordinances, as shown on the screen and in your packets. The area outlined in red is the area that we wish to amend the ordinance. And again, this is to reflect the new House bill that's in effect, I believe is on September 1 of 2025. So as such, we recommend approval.
Okay, and just to make sure, there's not a public hearing on this. This is just our recommendation, correct?
I would allow a public hearing since it's to amend the zoning
Okay.
code.
It has to have a public hearing because it's on the joint portion and there won't be another opportunity for them to speak.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? None heard. Public hearing is now closed. Do we have a motion or recommendation?
Move that we approve.
Or discussion?
Second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any in opposition?
Wait, I think we have to clarify, don't we? Is it 2 or 1 amendments we're doing on this?
It would be one.
One.
So right now, as it reads, D, Part 1 is is how the ordinance reads currently. But we're trying to parcel it out where there's a second right there, and that is to reflect the exact verbiage that is in the House bill.
Okay, is there any further discussion? We have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any in opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, staff PZ 2026-32.
Yes, ma'am. Joe Cheatham, pastor of Greater True Vine Church, requests approval of a specific use permit to allow the construction of a parking lot to serve a proposed church within the residential single-family dwelling zoning district. The church itself will be constructed at 3650 Magnolia Avenue, and the parking lot to serve the church will be constructed off Hill Street. According to the comprehensive plan, the property is located within a conservation revitalization area, and the construction of the parking lot appears to align with the plan. As such, staff recommends approval of the request with the following conditions. Number 1, construction plans must meet all requirements by water utilities for water and sanitary sewer services, including any requirements of the city's backflow, pretreatment, and/or fog program. Number 2, no structures or appurtenances may be placed on city property. Number 3, an increase in impervious cover more than 0.25 acres shall be compliant with detention requirements required by Drainage District Number 6. And number 4, all lighting installed shall be directionally shielded from the residential properties to the north, east, and south of the subject site. And lastly, number 5, driveways shall be compliant with the IFC 2021, Chapter 5, Section 503, and Appendix D with access, width, and radius requirements for emergency access. Staff did send 11 property owner notices, and we received 1 in favor and 1 in opposition. Opposition stating the church has plenty of land on Magnolia to build the parking lot over there. The area outlined in red is the area under review. This is an aerial image. Real quick to give context, this is where the church itself will be built. There is an alleyway that runs right here. And then this is the area for the parking lot, or the proposed parking lot. And this is the site plan. This is the subject property and to the south. West, this would be where the church is located. Properties to the north and to the east. And I believe the applicant is present.
Thank you. Any questions of staff?
You said there was an opposition?
There was opposition,
What was that again?
stating that the church has plenty of land on Magnolia to build the parking lot over there.
Okay, thank you. And the applicant, if you're in the audience, if you'd please come forward. Is the applicant in the audience? Good afternoon, sir. May we get your name and address, please?
My name Joe Cheatham.
And your address, please?
348 County Road 748, Beaumont, Texas.
Okay, and may I get your name and address, please?
Lorenzo Cheatham, and it's the same.
Okay, thank you. Is there any additional information that you would like to add to this?
No, ma'am, because of the way the alleyway runs behind the church, and that's why we prepared to put the parking lot on facing Hale Street.
I'm sorry, Ms. Cheatham, do you mind moving the mic closer to you so that it's properly picked up? I apologize.
That's okay. The way the parking lot is proposed to be built, because the way the church is and the way the property is situated, we would have to build the parking lot on that area because we own all of that area. And that is the only reason that we're putting the parking lot there, because with the church situated in the area on Magnolia Street, we would have to come in on Hale Street to park.
Okay, Ms. Cheatham, you're aware of the 5 conditions, and do you accept those?
Now, what was the 5? I didn't.
I can read them again.
Okay.
First one is construction plans must meet all requirements by the water utilities for water and sanitary sewer services, including any requirements of the city's backflow, pretreatment and/or fog program. Number 2, no structures or appurtenances may be placed on city property. Number 3, an increase in impervious cover by more than 1/4 acre shall be compliant with detention requirements by Drainage District Number 6. And number 4, all lighting installed shall be directionally shielded from the residential properties to the north, east, and south of the subject site. And number 5, driveways shall be compliant with the IFC, which is the International Fire Code 2021, Chapter 5, Section 503, and Appendix D with access, width, and radius requirements for emergency access.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Okay, any questions of the applicant? None, thank you very much. Okay, the public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Richard Stanley. I live right next, that would be east of the property in question,
And your address, please?
3595 Grand Street.
Okay,
And like, I put a pretty long statement in protest, but, some of the things like the lighting is shielded. That's very helpful. It would be nice also to have some type of, I guess you call it easement or whatever, maybe like 20 feet or more, and, when it can be utilized. In other words, they may have, I don't know, maybe campers or something there, or some other functions that go on, after hours, or even within, normal church hours or something like that. And also the drainage, that would, to have that easement would also help the drainage, because if you put like blacktop up there or whatever, it's gonna cause, the soil can't absorb, because it's blacktop, it won't be absorbing the runoff. And right now, between my property and their property, there's, when it rains, there's, a lot of, there's water that collects right there on my property and their property. So if they put something that's not going to absorb the water, it's going to, cause it more drainage in my area, or more, flooding in my area. So if they could, like I said, have that area between the two properties, some type of easement so that the water can actually drain, and maybe even put something there. The other thing I have to be concerned with is large trees. And I talked to someone in City Hall the other day, they were talking about having smaller trees as opposed to something that's going to reach maybe 30, 40 feet, something smaller. I understand that's part of the proposal is that they put trees there. And so I don't want large trees where I, don't have visual, I can't enjoy, visualization or whatever you want to call it of the thing, of the land, of the sky or whatever you want to call it. Like I said, quality of life, noise, you have people opening and closing doors, in the parking lot. So that's something to consider. And I don't know if you guys are considering stuff like that, or can you amend what has been said already? I don't know. But if it can, that's something that, when can this thing be utilized? In other words, during, and again, have that easement, you have, I already said flooding. It's gonna affect the property value, it's like, I think someone said something about the fact that it's some type of, enterprise zone that, low-income people live there. And so, if they put that there, it's gonna affect the value of the property even more. I don't know if I'm getting anywhere, with this, or am I wasting my time talking, or can I continue? Is this gonna make any difference? I'm asking you, I guess you're the leader, right?
The leader, absolutely.
Okay.
And sir, we have a 3-minute time period, so you've got just a few minutes left to wind it up. Few seconds left, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, so there's no give and take here, just me talking.
There's going to be a public hearing.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Mrs. Cheatham, would you like to speak for your husband? You have an opportunity to address the concerns of the gentleman.
Talking about the drainage ditch and everything, we have already spoken with the planning for the drainage area, and that's how we had to evaluate the property and make sure nothing, like I said, was on the easement or whatever that was between the church and the other property. And they told us how to go about doing everything, even for the drainage, how to put the water in, and our trees was gonna be like A and B, where the trees doesn't grow very tall. And it was just to help do the property, and we was putting in, and he said that if the water, that we might have to do one of those little ponds like for the water, so it would be no extra water would run to his property or anything like that. And I couldn't understand everything he said, but when he was saying about camping and all of that on the church property, it won't be anything like that, because we already have a church that's located on Youngstown in Hale. And we never go past 6 o'clock at the church meetings, and they usually start maybe around about 9 o'clock. And we don't have things hardly on the weekend and things like that. So I don't know where he brought that. And we've been knowing Mr. Stanley for years. So this is nothing new that he's talking about on the property, but I don't see anything that would affect his home or anything with the lighting or anything.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, the public hearing is now closed. Is there a discussion or a motion?
A motion to approve with the 5 conditions.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve with the 5 conditions and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any in opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. Demi, PZ 2026-79.
Casa Alvarez Realty is requesting approval to rezone the properties located at 1800 Tulane and 1800 and 1900 Pope Street from residential single-family dwelling to neighborhood commercial, or a more restrictive zoning district. Per the applicant, the purpose of the rezoning is to allow for future occupancies such as churches, faith-based community centers, women and children's support facilities, as well as daycares and early learning centers. This site used to be, for context, this site used to be French Elementary School, and in later years, the Paul Brown Center. According to the comprehensive plan of Beaumont, the property is located within a conservation revitalization area, and this request aligns with the plan. The proposed rezoning could facilitate adaptive reuse of the vacant school site, and as such, staff recommends approval of the request. We did send 86 property owner notices, and we received 0 in favor, 8 in opposition, and 2 neutral responses requesting for more information. Opposition expressed concerns surrounding commercial infiltration into the residential area, traffic, safety, and noise issues. And I do believe that we have people signed up for the public hearing, and we do have the applicant is not present, to my knowledge.
Okay, any questions of staff?
Real quick, I can go through the slides.
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me.
That's okay. The area outlined in red is the area under review. And you can see that Magnolia and Delaware are close to there. There are some collector streets surrounding that area as well. Aerial image, again, old school property. Subject property. Subject property continued. This is a large property, so subject property continued. Area to the south. South and southwest, I'm sorry, south and west. To the west. To the north. Northeast. And east. And again, I do believe people are prepared to speak on the public hearing.
Okay, thank you. Any questions of staff?
But 86 notices was mailed. How many in favor and how many?
0 in favor, 8 in opposition, and then we received 2 neutral responses where they didn't identify in favor or opposition, but they were requesting for more information on the request.
Thank you. And the applicant is not here, correct?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
I have a question. Just for clarification, to make sure I remember right, a neighborhood commercial, would that require an SUP for any use going in there?
So we do have a handout, and we can send this around. And anyone that wants it, we went through the permitted use table to kind of show what's permitted by right and what's permitted with a specific use permit. So we'll send that paper around so you guys have that in front of you.
Okay.
There's some uses that are permitted by right, and there's some that require a specific use permit. Like for instance, a bookstore or jewelry store or a grocery store, that would be permitted by right in neighborhood commercial. But things that would require a specific use permit would be like a liquor store, yoga studios, hospitals, schools, auto repair shops. Those would require a specific use permit. So it would go through the public process as it is now with this rezoning.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, the public hearing is now open, and we do have a time period of 3 minutes per each person. So is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Yes, ma'am, if you'll give us your name and address, please.
Yes, my name is Nancy Wilson. I live at 1875 Tulane Street, Beaumont, Texas. I live right across the street from the old Paul Brown School, and I've been there over 30-some years. I was there when they had pathways there. Okay, I dealt with the kids that was coming on my property from the school, skipping school. So I don't feel that I want anything else across the street because of all the traffic. We're already trying to control the neighborhood with different crimes, and we have a lot of elderly people there. I don't want people coming in my yard again. I don't want people hanging out in front of my house again, or even with my neighbors. So I feel this should not happen.
Okay.
And I feel that if the elderly people that's there now, they don't have the opposition to come out and say anything right now, due to the fact that a lot of mail comes in. Sometimes I don't look at everything. I almost didn't look at this, but I go after my mail at the end. And I feel that they should have gave us more time to think about this. They sent it out on April the 2nd to some people. Some people didn't get it until later. And a lot of older people don't understand what's going on. And I'm concerned if you do put all these different things there, you're calling it commercial property.
What about our taxes? Would those taxes go up? Will we have to deal with more taxes we already can't really afford in that neighborhood? The neighborhood is not that great, but we have somewhere to live, thank God. But I don't feel that everyone should come in and just buy property and not, and get allowed to do whatever they want to it. If we agree to things like this, they can change and come up with something else and say, oh, well, we're gonna put this there, we're gonna put that there, and we done already agreed saying, yes, go ahead and do it. And then later on, you change your mind on what you wanna really put there. So that's how I feel about it. I don't want anything across the street from my home. It's quiet now. The neighborhood is calming down. We have young kids walk around the school, exercising, riding their little bicycles. Well, if you take away all that, then where's the kids going? We don't need no more liquor stores. We have a liquor store on Gulf Street. We have a Fender down the street as well. So why should we continuously just invade our neighborhood with all this different stuff? I don't understand it. And you talking about shopping centers and all that, or a grocery store? We have convenience stores. Those convenience stores get robbed a lot in that neighborhood. So why should we continuously have to go through these things? And when we call for help, we don't get help right then, not until something happens somewhere else. Then you want to look at what we're about other neighborhoods. But we've been having problems for years. So I feel that that should not happen in my neighborhood, and I don't want it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor or in opposition?
My name is Reverend Armstead Holmes. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. When I first got this petition or this letter, I said I was against it because I was under the impression there was going to be trucks and things like that in the community, more of a commercial zone. But after hearing what I'm, if this is right, what I'm hearing, and they said something about residential, religious, recreation, and educational in the neighborhood, and you said something about a daycare. Now, if that's going to be the case, you know, I would be for it if it's talking about things that would help people educational wise. But if it's talking about putting trucks in there and commercial stuff that's going to create a lot of traffic, then I would be against that. So that was the reason why, because I know in one neighborhood I passed through, it's a little bit deeper in the north end. I've seen so many trucks on the side of people's houses, 18-wheelers, and I was appalled at that when I seen that. I don't know how that got in that neighborhood, so that's what I was concerned about. That was the reason why I came and put this, you know, made my objection. So if it's going to be concerning educational purpose, creating a nursery for the children, and some of the things that I see, religious, recreation, I would be for it. But other than that, I would be against it.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Can we get your name and address, please?
My name is Charles Sterling.
And your address?
415 Folsom Drive.
Thank you.
I am against it because what information has the people wanting this property to change? They have not given the neighborhood what is it they want to do. I have not seen a flyer explaining what they'd like to do. And most of the time you go to what you all saying today that they want, it involves a lot of money. And it's what I'm thinking about, whoever bought the property, they put a lot of money in buying that property. And I'm in line with the lady that spoke. It will involve more trafficking. And as she said before, there is a lot of robberies going on in that area. And if you increase the amount of flux of people in that area, you don't know what kind of people you're getting. And some people lay wait for for opportunity to show exactly what they are. They may portray themselves in one place, but the alternative is something different. And another thing that when you change the zoning, what's going to happen to the property value and amount of taxes that's going to incur on the people living in that area? And as the lady says, a lot of elderly people, and there's other people there too. And I'm involved with 3 properties in that area. And number one, I don't need some more taxes added on to my properties. If I want to give people fair shakes in living in them areas, reasonable money that they can afford to live in there, then all of a sudden the taxes go up. What's going to happen to them? They can't. A lot of people think that just because you got property, you can incur on people a lot of money to live there, but I don't do that. Now, if that happens to my property, I'm going to have to go up on the people that's living in there. And I don't think that's fair to the people. And the question is, who's going to keep these people, whoever's trying to do this, to what they said they were going to do?
Mr. Sterling, thank you. Your 3 minutes is
right.
up, sir. Thank you very much. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Yes, ma'am.
All right, hello, how y'all doing? I'm Brittany Thomas. I stay at 1955 Pope. I oppose. I grew up in that house. It's been, the people know everybody. That kind of change would like really affect us. As far as like everything that they said about the property taxes, about the crime, increased traffic, just affecting elderly people and kids and stuff like that. And as far as them saying about the child care thing, it was a child care thing at the 1800 block property. As far as I know, it's been shut down. So what are their intentions, really? That's what I want to know. But I don't think that would be a good idea, y'all. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas.
Good afternoon. Hi. My name is Doretha Sterling, and my address is 4415 Folsom Drive, Beaumont, Texas, 77706. That was my husband that spoke earlier. So I am a property owner in that area. I oppose. Why? I didn't really grow up there, but my mom and dad, they lived there for years until the Lord called them home. And they had a peaceful area in which to live in. Around that area, there's a lot of crime. And if we bring in more, and I looked on here, and I don't see anything on here that they couldn't get within a 5-mile radius or 10-mile radius. The improvement that they're saying here on this paper is not conducive to the area in which they live in, and which I grew up in and my family grew up in. And my grandchildren went to see their grandmother and so forth. So it has sentimental meanings for me, even though I know money is involved. If you got money, you can do a whole lot with it. And if you have less money, well, your voice is not heard that much. But I came today because I want my voice to be heard, that I'm against it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sterling. Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor or in opposition?
I didn't
blue card because I was not going to speak, so I hope it's okay if I just say something brief.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good evening. I'm Adrienne Craychin, and I'm a homeowner in that neighborhood. Actually, my family owns 6 of the properties. 4 of them are right on that corner of Tulane and Averill. We've been in that neighborhood since 1974. And it's been good to us. That's why we're still there. I want to piggyback off of Mr. Sterling, where he stated that if this business owner really wanted to tell us what he was going to do with these buildings, he should have reached out to the neighbors. Let us know what he had a planning meeting. This is what you do when you're bringing commercial business into a neighborhood, a residential neighborhood. He has not done that. I've watched him with that property, and I'm not sure if it's the same owner. I had to take pictures and send it in to the city because he hadn't cut the grass in 6 months. The grass was almost as tall as me on both properties. So that's how we take care of our neighborhood. If he can give us a plan, who knows, we may come back and say, yes, we are in agreement to allowing him to do what he wants to do. But his failure to communicate with the neighbors there, the homeowners there, I think is disrespectful. And I too am opposed against it.
Thank you,
Ms.
Ms.
Craychin, can you give your address at the podium?
I'm sorry, I'm at 1845 Tulane Street. I'm directly in front of the school, the red school building.
Thank you. Okay, is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Okay, none heard. The public hearing is now closed. Questions of staff. Has this property actually been purchased?
Yes, he purchased it from BISD. In what year, I'm not sure, but it's been a couple years ago.
Okay. Okay, do we have a discussion or a motion?
I have a question for Debbie.
Sure. Yes.
Did they tell you, give you any idea what they were building?
Yeah, so this is what they gave us. I don't think that they're here to speak on behalf of it, but what they told us is the purpose of the rezoning is to allow for future occupancies like churches, faith-based community centers, women and children support facilities, as well as daycares and early learning centers. That is what was communicated to planning staff.
Nothing specific.
And the purpose of going through the permitted use table was just to show what if this property were rezoned from residential to neighborhood commercial, what is permitted by right in neighborhood commercial, and then on the back, what is permitted only permitted if a specific use permit is granted. So that's just to give context of what could be there should they not follow the plan that they communicated to us. Because once you rezone a property, then it's rezoned.
Sir, I'm sorry, the public hearing's already closed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Demi, I have let's say we deny this. When can he come back if he does?
He couldn't come back before a year's time has been observed.
So has he talked about visiting with the community and expressing what he plans to do with it? Because
I think that that's an unfair question considering the applicant isn't here. So if he had, most of them said that he hadn't, and that's not a comment for staff. So I wouldn't want her to speculate on the record if he had or hadn't. We can just use what the neighbors have said that they hadn't heard from him.
Well, are we able to set up something where they could perhaps speak and find out?
That's not really a function of the commission. If he was here, you could obviously ask if he was willing to, or if they, I'm saying he, but if the individual or if the applicant was here, there'd be an opportunity for you to see if they would be open to that, but that's technically not authority that this commission
Well,
has.
since he's not here, could we communicate with him about what they're asking?
Your options are to table it. So your options are to approve it, deny it, or table. If the concern of the commission is that he would be barred from doing anything with the property for a year, and you want to give consideration to the applicant, you can table it for the next meeting, and he'd be able to come back at the next meeting. With that in mind, you would have to memorialize the fact that there were several individuals that spoke today so that they wouldn't have to take out time from their day to do that again. So for purposes of the minutes, Demi or Ms. Susan would have to then recount for the commission that there were several individuals that spoke in opposition, summarize those statements, and then give him an opportunity to speak on those issues out of fairness.
Okay.
It was purchased in 2017 from BISD.
And there's been no activity on it since then?
So it's been a daycare, as, I forget, I'm sorry, I forget the name, but someone came up and spoke that it was closed for a little bit. I believe our legal non-conforming uses for a daycare expire around 2 years. Could be longer depending on when exactly it closed. But being that it's residential, single family, it's generally pretty restricted. You could do a church with a specific use permit. If they want to come back as a daycare within the same footprint, that could be grandfathered as it is now, depending on when those doors closed for that daycare. But residential, single family could be for residential, single family construction. That is something that would be permitted by right.
So wait, was
That
it
was gonna be-
illegal? Go ahead.
Sorry. That's gonna be my question was, so any of these, other than the church, any of the other things they list in here, the faith-based community center, women, children's support facility, those would not be allowed in a RS,
Those would not.
even with an SUP?
Correct.
Okay.
So my question was that daycare, was it permitted or was it not permitted?
It was, so at one point, as I understand it, that school had a daycare on the campus. So they came in with the daycare, they've kept that, and that use has been grandfathered. However, those doors have closed, so there is I believe it's 2 years in our ordinances for legal non-conforming uses. So that's what you call grandfathering. So that's what they have right now there.
For context, that school was for at-risk students, and they were trying to eliminate risk factors for them. Most of those children either had childcare issues that hindered them from finishing high school. So it was a part of the institution as one.
So if he said that these are the things that he'd like to do with the property, could we hold him to that?
You cannot, and that's why I prepared, that we went through each permitted use in our ordinance, and I prepared this paper for you guys to look at the types of uses, should this rezone be approved, because it could open the doors for other uses. Granted, neighborhood commercial is for lower intensity, intense uses. So I know that there was concerns of like a parking lot for trucks. At one point, no, you couldn't have that there. That's not a permitted use. But something that is permitted would be a pharmacy, a retail store, a grocery store, a doctor's office, something like that. But what would require a specific use permit is if someone wanted to put in a gasoline service station, if someone wanted to put in a liquor store, if someone wanted to put in an RV park, that requires a specific use permit. So wanted to give context of what a rezone could do for the community.
And Demi, I guess you need to explain for the people that don't understand, a specific use permit will require it to come back before the commission for approval for up or down.
Yes, a specific use permit is conditional to the site. So they would give you a proposal, a lot like the church that we just heard on this agenda. They would give you a proposal of exactly what they want to put there. And any kind of an amendment to it would require another review by the planning commission and also city council. Ultimately, city council has the final say-so.
Okay.
I have
Any other?
One more
Yes.
thought. Could a police substation go there? Would that be permitted?
It does allow for federal and government use.
Yes, federal and government use on the front page. It would be allowed by right.
Okay, it's just a thought.
Okay, any other questions of staff? Okay, discussion or motion?
I have a motion. I motion to table this for 60 days to give the property owner a chance to speak with the community to see what he wants to do with the property and come back here and present the proper idea, and then we take a vote.
Commissioner, I'm going to ask that you revise your motion because the property owner isn't here, to just limit it to being tabled for 60 days. Because he can't consent to that and it's not here, we can obviously send out the notice to them with that recommendation. But if he doesn't meet those conditions to meet with them, I would not want that to look disfavorable on him because he's not here for that.
I motion to table it for 60 days to reconvene here.
Second.
And in the notice to the applicant, we can say that it was recommended that he meet, but not a condition of it.
Okay, can you clarify your motion
A motion to table for 60 days?
in a second? Okay, all in favor of the motion with the second, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, the motion carries to be
I
tabled.
just have a quick clarification.
Yes.
60 days doesn't necessarily line up with the date of the meeting 2 months from now, so I'm assuming it's just the closest meeting to then?
So it'd be 60 days and then the next available meeting.
Okay, so which I think would put it after the June meeting.
That's typically what we do whenever it's tabled for a certain, whenever we don't say to the next meeting, we just, whatever the next available meeting is to that 60 days. So whether it's June or July, it'll come back.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to 2026-85. Demi?
Haney Tomei, on behalf of Micah Reef, is requesting approval to rezone the properties located at 7825 and 7835 Highway 105 and 7830 Tolliver Road from residential single-family to residential multifamily highest density to allow for a multifamily development. Existing uses within 200 feet of the site are single-family homes and a church. A potential high-density multifamily residential development in this stretch of Highway 105 and Tolliver Road may be intrusive to existing land uses. As such, staff recommends denial of the request. We sent 18 property owner notices, and we received 0 in favor, and is this the one we received 2 in opposition? Yes, and then we received 2 in opposition. Opposition largely was concerned with long-term property maintenance and management of the multifamily development and traffic concerns. The area outlined in red is the area under review. Aerial image. Subject's property to the west, to the north, to the east, and to the south. And we do have the applicant present.
Okay. This has come before us before, correct?
I don't believe
No?
this site, no.
Okay.
It was further to the
Further
west.
on. Okay. Okay, thank you. Any questions of staff? Okay. Yes, sir.
Good evening, board members. The owner of this.
May I get your name and address, please?
Mayor with Golden Triangle Consulting Engineers, 85 Interstate 10 Frontage Road, Suite 204A, Beaumont, Texas,
Thank you.
77707. The owner of this property is a seasoned developer. He builds homes, shopping centers, he even buys dying malls and revitalizes them. There are multiple reasons why he cannot do anything with these lots, and the 3 major ones are: number 1, TxDOT will not provide 2 separate driveways to build 2 separate homes on these lots. They will provide 1 shared access driveway, then is requiring the property owner to build a 24-foot wide road to serve those 2 lots. Secondly, the utilities at this property, there is water available on the front, sanitary sewer on Tolliver Road, and if there is sewer on the north side of 105 that you have to cross to, that will be detrimental to the cost of these projects. And thirdly, this highway has become a major highway at the city of Beaumont, in the city of Beaumont, to where the noise alone will prevent them from being able to sell these homes. Now, the staff made a very important point that starts with may be intrusive to the land uses. My objective here tonight is to tell you it will not be. And their point is also that this is against our comprehensive plan, which I want to prove to you that's actually lined up with the comprehensive plan. So first of all, this property, just to the east of it, there's a kennel that grooms and boards animals, dogs, cats, horses, whatever they are. Within 1,500 feet of this property, there is a major mobile home park in the city of Beaumont. There are residential lots, there are 2 churches, and there's one of our major schools, just within 1,500 feet of this property. So it is not sitting alone in the middle of a multi-residential neighborhood. It's actually surrounded by businesses, churches, schools, and other items. On the west side of Major Drive on 105, there are no townhouses. There is not that option available to the citizens of Beaumont if they want to live west of Major Drive. It's not there. I couldn't find any when I Googled it. Now that contemporary neighborhood design, it aims to create inclusive, resilient, and economically competitive neighborhoods that reflect the need of their citizens. You all don't think there is a citizen need for people who cannot afford a home in Beaumont, Texas, to actually live in a townhouse west of Major Drive? I beg to differ. There is a need. But most importantly is the comprehensive plan. On February 13, 26, your consultant, I believe their name is Able City, Daniel Haas, gave a presentation. And he expanded on building idea number 4 that talks about including townhouses, even bungalows, on these lots that are within the city that nobody's gonna build on because economically it does not make sense. Even the consultant the city have understand that there are needs in the city to go outside this box to be able to develop properties that cannot be developed because they don't make sense economically, location, and otherwise. They even presented an image of a threeplex next to a house in a residential neighborhood on a lot that has not been developed, cannot be developed, and somebody will buy it and put a threeplex, duplex, or townhouses on it because it makes economical sense. So, and as far as traffic issues is concerned, those 15 proposed townhouses that might end up with 30 cars there, that if they all leave in the morning, they all come back at night to go back home to their 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that they are starting a family in, are not gonna cause more traffic than the 2 churches across the street or the school within 1,500 feet. So we either wanna follow this comprehensive plan and implement it, especially in areas like this, and this is an ideal lot for it because of the highway, of the driveways, of the utilities, and of the noise. And we'll be providing much needed residential housing, which is part of the comprehensive plan, is to provide multi-use housing in an area that people would like to live in. And if you all have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
How many townhomes are you trying to build on this lot?
At the most, we can do 15.
Okay, any other questions of the applicant? Thank you, sir.
One question. Are these townhomes or are these going to be apartments?
Townhomes.
So in the current zoning, there's cluster housing ordinance that you could do a townhome development.
The problem with the cluster housing, we don't meet the 2-acre requirement.
Okay.
If we can get a variance on the 2-acre requirement, we can do that, but we don't meet the 2-acre requirement, unfortunately, on that one.
Okay.
But, and again, I mean, that's a very important point. The cluster housing versus the townhouses. These townhouses are gonna be 2-story, garage, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, very nicely built, you know, brick on the bottom, hardly on the top. So it's like a much better option for us. And, you know, right now we can keep the homeless of these lots. They gotta keep going out there and getting the homeless out.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition?
I have a question for Demi. Should I ask now or later?
Yes, go ahead.
Why is, looking at the color-coded map, because we don't have a key for the colors, but the yellow is RS, right?
That's correct.
So why is this not spot zoning? Is there RMH close by, or?
It could be, you know, in our current comp plan, it's located within the contemporary neighborhood design concept. And so basically, our current comp plan is the one that we have to go by as it relates to our zoning map. We are in the process of revising our comp plan, as Mr. Tomei was discussing, but that's not been approved nor considered by Planning Commission or Council yet. So what we have right now is contemporary neighborhood design concept. This model allows for a diversity of housing types and convenience to access to parks, schools, and shopping centers, while still protecting single-family residential areas from intrusion of incompatible land uses and vehicular traffic. So when reviewing this and seeing the immediate uses around that area, it did not seem compatible. The kennel, that's been there for 60 years, so that it's grandfathered. The zoning code was adopted in 1981.
So this could be spot zoning the way it stands now.
It could.
In the future.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions to staff? Okay, public hearing is now closed.
Let me ask you one.
Yes.
Just for clarification, because I remember he was mentioning the variance because he didn't meet the 2 acres. And with that, what would he be allowed to do?
So with cluster housing, it could be allowed in residential single-family zoning districts, and that's largely for like your condominiums or townhome development. Apartment complexes would have to be in an apartment or a zone that is appropriate for multifamily development, which is the request, the RMH. For a variance, I would need to look at it. I would imagine it's possible. There's a 2 acre requirement, and I can't remember cumulatively how many acres this is, but variances are reviewed by the Board of Adjustment, not the Planning Commission. So it'd be a separate application if they wanted to move in that route.
So I have a question. Let's say we deny it and he goes to variance. Can it come back, or he can't go to variance at all?
The variance would go to the Board of Adjustment, and it would not, if it's going to be a cluster housing development, it shouldn't have to come back to Planning Commission unless a specific use permit is required. I don't have the ordinances in front of me, but that would be the only time that it would come back to you guys. But for a rezone, which is the request today, that's why it's before you guys, because it is a request for a rezone from RS to RMH.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, staff? Okay. Do we have a motion or discussion?
I just want to comment and say that I am for additional density, and I recognize that we need more housing, but I don't think this is the right location.
Okay. Do you want to make a motion?
Move to deny.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to deny and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any in opposition? Okay, that is denied. Thank you. Okay, Demi, PZ 2026-96.
Cornell Price requests approval of a specific use permit to allow construction of a duplex within the RS zoning district located at 160 Sparrow Way. According to the comprehensive plan, this is located within a stable area. As such, the construction of a duplex appears to align with the comprehensive plan and would be an opportunity for infill development. Therefore, staff recommends approval of the request with the following condition: that construction plans must meet all requirements by water utilities for water and sanitary sewer services, including any requirements of the city's backflow, pretreatment, and/or fog program. We did send 18 property owner notices. We received 0 in favor and 2 in opposition. Opposition stating that the area is residential single family and a duplex could encourage more infill projects, duplex infill projects, and cause a rise in property taxes. The area outlined in red is the area under review. Aerial image. Site plan, and he did provide some elevation drawings. Subject property in east. To the south. Properties to the west. And to the north. And I believe we have the applicant present.
Okay, any questions of staff? Okay, and is the applicant in the audience? Yes, sir, if you'll give us your name and address, please.
My name is Cornell Price. Address is 5610 Old Darling Road.
Okay. Mr. Price, is there any additional information you'd like to add to this?
I thought that we would help with the housing shortage and affordability.
And do you approve of the condition that was listed?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, any questions of the applicant? Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Public hearing's now open. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Yes, sir.
My name is Gilbert Garza. I live at 150 Sparrowway, the lot adjacent to the one in question. And I'm in opposition to the building of a duplex. And by the chart that was shown there, it looks like it's going to be a 2-story duplex. Now, the Maplewood addition was constructed in the mid-60s. There's approximately 150 dwellings in the Maplewood subdivision. The subdivision is a nice area to live. I've been there for 55 years. I enjoy living there, and I know my neighbors enjoy the neighborhood also. When we purchased our properties, one of the selling points was a residential single-family dwelling. Now, the division is unique in that no commercial can really come in there. The commercial zonings end in my backyard and all the houses built on Sparrowway on the east side. On the west side of the Maplewood addition, the same holds. The Renway on the west side is the end of the zoning for commercial. Now, on the south side of the Maplewood addition, we have the Drainage District 6, a district that runs the entire length of the subdivision. And on the west side of the Maplewood addition is Dowling Road. We're locked in. It's a really nice neighborhood. The lots are not real big, but they're adequate. To build a duplex, it's going to probably take up a lot, almost all of that lot. And I didn't know it was going to be a 2-story until I saw it. That would be the only 2-story in the neighborhood. It's just not what I think the residents of the Maplewood addition would want. I know I don't want it. The zoning has held up for this addition, subdivision, these many years, as houses were replaced due to natural disasters or we've had some fires and that. The replacements have all been individual homes.
Mr. Garza, I'm sorry, your 3 minutes is up, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Mr. Price, you had someone who spoke in opposition. You have an opportunity to address that.
I would just like to say that the city of Beaumont is in need of affordable houses, a shortage, and I believe that everyday working people should have somewhere nice to live.
Did you want to address Mr. Garza's concerns?
The architect of the building will be aligned with the community as the designs go. So I think it'll fit well. We have a plot plan, and it shows the backyard. It's a large backyard. It's 52 feet. He said the backyard was going to be taken up. We wouldn't have a backyard that the design would take up the whole lot.
Okay, any questions of Mr. Price?
Do you have experience in building this kind of structures?
Yes, I have about 20 years experience.
So do you have some currently in Beaumont?
We built some on the corner, Liberty and 9th Street. 310 9th Street, we built 4 of them over there, that corner. I don't know if you'd like to have a picture of it or whatnot.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Okay, the public hearing is now closed. Do we have a discussion or a motion?
I move that we approve.
Second?
We have a motion to approve and a second.
Was
That
that with the
includes the condition?
Yes, one condition.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any in opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. Demi, PZ 2026-98, please.
Aaron Ward of Faust Engineering and Surveying requests approval of a specific use permit to allow a commercial strip center to include restaurants, retail, professional services, and a washateria at 2845 North Major Drive. This property was annexed in 2016 and zoned as GCMD 2, which is General Commercial Multiple Family Dwelling 2 District in 2018. This proposed development is a continuation and final phase of the development to the north of this site. The site will include up to 13 lease spaces. All utilities are available along North Major Drive, and the developer states that drainage will be provided by TxDOT. A 6-foot wide landscape strip and sidewalk will be required along Major Drive as part of receiving a permit to build should the request be approved. Staff recommends approval of the request with the following conditions. Number 1, construction plans must meet all requirements by water utilities for any water and sanitary sewer improvements, including any requirements of the city's backflow, pretreatment, and/or fog program. Number 2, construction shall comply with Drainage District Number 6 drainage criteria. And number 3, all lighting installed shall be directionally shielded away from the residential properties to the east and south. Staff sent 5 property owner notices, and we received 0 in favor and 0 in opposition. The area on the screen is the area under review. Aerial image. Site plan. Subject property in west. Properties to the north, east, and south.
Can you go back to the site plan, please?
Yes, sir.
Is it connecting to the other development?
By the parking lot, yes. Real quick, you can see the connection right there.
Okay, any questions of staff? Okay, is the applicant in the audience?
Good afternoon. My name is Richard Faust with Faust Engineering and Surveying. Our address is 5550 East Tex Freeway, Suite C, in the glorious city of Beaumont, Texas. I love it here. We are, as explained, expanding the strip center. We plan to have 3 additional strip centers with parking in the center. Traffic will go through existing entrances to our north, and on the south end of the property, you can see a driveway which goes to a traffic light that exists there now. So we'll have traffic control in the area. The washateria that we're talking about will have 50 washers, 33 dryers, operations from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., and they will have an attendant there at all times. We have detention to the west, behind the buildings, and to the north, between the buildings, rain down and tying into the drainage along North Major Drive. And that's all I got, Ralph Fan.
Okay, any questions of Mr. Faust? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition?
It's existing.
None heard. Public hearing is now closed. Do we have a discussion or a motion?
I motion to approve it
Second.
Okay, with the three,
with the 3 conditions.
okay, we have a motion to approve and a second with the 3 conditions. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any in opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, Mayor?